our viewers for working with us. Our special guest is here with us. Her name is Rachael Wainaina. She's a successful filmmaker, a successful producer, and a successful director. She's also the founder of Youth Film Platform Africa and also the founder of Film Village Kenya. She'll be telling us her story on the film industry, on what inspired her to begin and to this point.
Thank you, Irene, for having me.
So you can do a slight introduction of yourself. I've done a bit of it, but I guess there is much into it that we don't know.
As you've heard, my name is Rachael Wainaina. I'm a film. I wear so many caps. First of all, I'm in my film shoes. I do programs in the non-profit sector, and I'm also in the business space, and also work closely with local and international governments, enabling them, to use creative talents and build talents with an aim of helping build on the agenda, AU Agenda 2063. So as part of my work, as you've said, I'm the founder of Youth Film Platform Africa, which is an organization that empowers the youth with practical and professional skills in premium cinema, multimedia. So we look at issues like citizen journalism, look at issues like film, we look at music production and other tools of creative art. And we believe that if we empower the youth with these skills, the youths are able to thrive, because these are tools that can be used for income generation and social self-expression. In Film Village of Kenya, we are also trying to improve on the infrastructure in the film industry. As you've realized, we lack the facilities like the studios and everything in Kenya. And Kenya is a natural film set, so we're setting up the largest film city in Africa. It's going to be set in Malindi. Wow. It's a 300-acre film studio which will have everything. Think of Tyler Perry Studios and then think of Film Village of Kenya. So that's in a nutshell. Those are the things I do. But apart from that, I'm a Mandela Washington Fellow. I was among the first cohort of the Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders in 2014. So I'm an alumni, and I do a lot of work with young African leaders from sub-Saharan countries. And apart from that, also run other programs that align with my mandate, which is to give people a voice. So for instance, just the recently concluded first year program, Sauti Kenya program, is something that I'm doing. But apart from that, I'm a very, very proud teacher. I've been teaching since 2006 to now in different schools, and ended up teaching in my own organization and at the Kenya School of Government and many other places that I'm currently working with.
Wow, that's so great. At
Yes.
least you have a very good story, and it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
So my question is, why the film industry? What inspired you to go for the film industry? Because I'm sure in Kenya we have several industries, but why did you choose film?
Hey, let me tell you, Irene, first of all, growing up, I thought I wanted to become a journalist. Actually, I even went to school to learn journalism, and I've said this story, but I think you'll be the first one to hear it from my lips in front of a camera. My journey was not that easy. I grew up in a very poor family, and I was a second born, and I knew my parents could not afford to take me to university at that time. And so I was kind of I knew that nitapotelea hapo katikati. So what I did is I started hawking at the age of 17, selling things on the streets. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 17. I went to live in a small ghetto. It's called Landmawe. So I went to live in that ghetto, and I started life hawking, being arrested by city council police officers. It was not easy. Those hawkers who used to say 20 bob, whatever. So I used to go to Gikomba market, and I used to buy clothes. Then I come and sell second-hand clothes. Then I come and sell in camera. But we were selling illegally because the government does not allow hawking. So I would sell around to the guys who were going to the industrial area. I would sell to them during the daytime. So I would be one of those hawkers who used to put those sacks, the sacks and the boxes on the floor, put shoes and clothes and sell on the streets. And then at night we would go to town. So my base was around Tomboya Street, near Afya Center, and I could sell and sell and sell with a lot of vigor, because I really wanted, it was really my long-term dream to be able to go to school, to go and study journalism. my parents didn't think it would be great for me to study journalism, because obviously no parent understands these things about multimedia. So they wanted me to be a lawyer because I'm very outspoken and everything. So it was very hard to even get moral support from my parents to do the passion that I had there. I knew it was multimedia. I thought maybe I was going to be a great TV reporter or such a thing, and that's what I went for. So from the hawking business, believe it or not, despite all the challenges, being arrested, one day by day I was arrested and I spent 11 nights in the City Hall jail for lacking 1,500 shillings to pay. So another hawker came in. You know, that time we didn't have phones. You couldn't call someone to come and rescue you. So another hawker who knows me came in and asked me, "Hey, you've been in for a long time. It's like you've killed." I said I didn't get money to pay the fine. They paid for me. And there's so many things that happened to me on the streets. Like, so many things. Like my house being closed down. And it was really sad. One day, I remember, my house has been locked. Here I am. I have been working so hard, and I was really mad at God. I was like, why me? Why is it that I am working so hard and I'm not making any progress, and I want to go to school? Whenever I build my business, the city council would just come and take the things and go with it. So it was really annoying me. And one day I decided, okay, this is enough. I'm going to go for the easy ways of making money. Believe it or not, you know what I did? Put on my shortest dress, put on boots, went to Simas. There used to be a club in town called Simas, opposite 680 Hotel. So I went to that club. I stood outside there. I bought a cigarette. I lit the cigarette, and I was ready to become a prostitute. So I was standing next to another lady who was actually, she was prostituting herself. So she asked me, I asked her, I'm the one who asked her, I asked her, "So hi, what's your name? How is this business? Blah, blah, blah." And she answered me and told me, "Why do you want to do this business?" And I don't know how she cornered me, because I can't recollect what happened that night. She cornered me. She took me. I found myself in Tomboya Street eating chipos with her, chips, fries, and then after that, now we went inside her room. She was living in near Grogan. We went there. I found myself in her house, and she told me, "I don't think you should start this business. This is not a good business for you." And when she told me that, I was really kind of like, yeah, so you're not understanding me and doing this business, blah blah blah. I was kind of defensive. But she asked me, "What's really your problem?" I said, "My house has been locked. I have a balance. I don't know how to pay for the balance, and I don't know where to move from here. I've worked hard. I've been put in city council jail and all that. I really need to get to the next level, and if God is not blessing the work of my hands, then I'm gonna use any means possible." And that girl, she got 6,000 shillings from under her mattress, and she gave me, and she told me, "I'm giving you this money on one condition: you'll never become a prostitute." And she gave me the money, and she was one. Like that was a big lesson to me. Anybody can save you. Yeah, you feel like when you're in that situation, it's only you who can save yourself. That lady saved my life. Imagine, she gave me the money. I went, I paid the balance, and then the money that I had extra, I paid the next month rent, and I bought stock. I was able to continue doing business. Maybe I should give you one of the other crazy street stories. Now before I went to Landmawe, I had moved out of my parents' house, and I was trying to stay with friends before I could get myself a house. One day, I was stuck in town. I couldn't go home because I had these hot pots. I was working for a company that was giving me like 12 big hot pots to go and sell, and then I was earning a commission of 50 shillings per hot pot I sell, and the hot pot is 500 to sell. So there's one day, like, I came from Riverside Drive, I went all the way to Aga Khan Hospital, went to Gikomba, came back to town. I had not sold anything, and I have all these hot pots. I didn't even have energy to return those hot pots because I had not even eaten lunch. And then that day, there were these Simia Jamis that were situated in town.
Yeah,
the booths. And I saw that I don't have fare, and I was a very proud person from a long time ago. Like, I wouldn't submit easily and ask somebody to help me with fare or anything. I saw it has reached midnight. Imagine I opened that Simia Jami and slept there.
Inside.
hoping that no street kid or no thief will enter and find me there and rape me and do other bad things to me. So I just, like, imagine I slept in that Simiajami, woke up the next day, sold the hot pots, got money to go home, and took the commission and the money to the company I was working for. So the life in the streets was not that easy. And I thank God, because through this hawking job, people hate some jobs, but I was able to raise, believe it or not, 150,000, save 150,000, and I enrolled myself into East African School of Journalism. So that's how I got to school. I still wanted to be a presenter, so I looked for a school of journalism. I joined East African School of Journalism. I had paid my whole fee even before I got in.